All right, so I'm gonna have to really hope that this comes through well. So what we have here is my first keyboard kit. We also have some Durock stabs. First time with these, I don't even know if I'm going to use them. Just going to put them to the side right now. Let's pull this out. I wish I had notes. I'm just going to use editing to describe all of this stuff. Wow, everything is in Asian. I was not expecting that. So for this keyboard kit, wow, I cannot believe it's truly all in Asian. Well, this is a cheap keyboard kit from Amazon. Got a little instructions. Let's pull this out here. This is the kit. See if there's anything else. And we have our USB-C cable. Very nice. So here we are. Hot swappable, proper hot swappable, not like that crazy crap we've taken a look at before, you guys remember. We have a volume knob. Nice. Has a nice little click to it too when you turn it. Don't know if you can hear that. There we go. Fashion mechanical keyboard. If that isn't a quick way to let you know how cheap this is. I believe this glows from the sides. There we go. Both sides have LEDs. RGB is present here. And it's also on the board itself. North facing LEDs is what I believe is what they call them. Remember, I'm still a noob at keyboards, so we're just going to do our thing here. So we have these keys here. Then we have our arrow keys. So this is going to be interesting. I'm not sure what keys go here, but I'm just going to take a look at the pictures and we're going to go from there. I do have some switches that I need to lube and film before I put them in here. So I got to get that done. And then we're going to go ahead and start building this thing. But you know what? Let's actually start pulling this apart. Just so we can see, the layers that's inside this case and what we got to work with. Let's get to that. Not sure how to get this off. Can you have a more unfriendly case? Like, seriously, why is this not just snapping apart easily? Okay. All right. We got it apart. After all that dramatic, unnecessary drama just to get this open, we have some areas here to enhance the light that shines through. Most likely the light is on the actual PCB over here. There is not a lot of room in this case. This is not very friendly for modding. I will say that right now. This is not very friendly. So keep your expectations in check when actually buying this, in order to like put things in the bottom like silicone or whatever padding to take out the hollow sound, stuff like that. Be aware, there's not a lot of room down here. There's this big ass cap here. Nothing's damaged, that's good. And honestly, there is some gasket. There's a gasket between the PCB and the plate. So that's nice. If I can get this out of here. Is this going to be just as dramatic to get the PCB out? Let's get the stabs out. One thing I've been wondering is how did they get this into this frame, this plate? Because the plate goes a ways in these holes here. The plate is tight in there. How did they do that? Most of these stabs are good, or at least they're decent, but there's some wiggle, and two of them, these two here, that I felt. Finally got them out. Now as we take a look at these guys, if my camera focus, there we go. So looking at it, it has a little bit of lube on it, but it might as well be bone dry. I don't know if I'll put these back in, because I did buy some aftermarket ones that I'm kind of excited to use, so there's that part. Let's see if the PCB will come out a little bit easier. And the answer to that is no. And this button is actually soldered into the PCB. So no matter what I did, no matter what I do, you're not gonna be able to get this PCB out of here. So you have to desolder this button in order to truly pull the PCB out. So the best I can do is try to get a light in here. If you guys can see, it's very hard to see, but there is a gasket. You see it right there as I'm pushing on it? There's a gasket here. So it's not the friendliest of boards given the price, but it tries to cover most of the basics, at least as far as what's trending right now. You got your little knob, you got a gasket in between the frame, it's hot swappable properly, LEDs and RGB. So the basics are covered here. Not gonna blow your socks off, but at least gives you a little taste of what it's like to put together a bare bones keyboard kit of sorts. Not completely bare bones, but for the most part it is. Okay, with all that being said, I guess it's time for us to finally put all of this together. And we are back. The board is built. Take a look at that. Now we have the glorious keycaps on here. Actually looking pretty good. I'm surprised at how good they look here. Just a nice clean gray look is kind of what I was going for. We did some mods on there that actually worked out pretty well. If you didn't see them in the video, I'm gonna go ahead and lay them out right here on the screen somewhere. Pretty much we're able to go ahead and put in the silicone mat, which you guys have seen me use a few times before. So silicone inside the keyboard. I did have to cut the crap out of it to get it to sit flat enough, but it did, and it did its job. Got rid of that hollowness sound and everything like that. As far as the stems, you guys saw me with that Durock, those Durock stabs, but they were screw-ins. You see, still a noob, still learning this. So I bought stabs in order to use them, and they were the wrong ones. So the stabs that I ended up going with is just the ones that came with the board, and they actually turned out to be pretty good. They're plate mounted stabs, by the way. If you're looking for new stabs for this board, you have to get plate mounted because you can't screw in any stabs on this. Just like you can barely get the PCB out, so you couldn't do it anyways. Plate mounted stabs, and they're actually pretty decent. I went ahead and lubed them with Krytox for the outer housing, and then I used dielectric grease on the actual stabs themselves, and it turned out actually really good. It's my, I don't know if you can hear that, but this is like the best work I've done so far on the keyboard. I'm actually kind of excited. So that turned out really well. And of course, for the keycaps, we're actually using some different keycaps than before. And I believe these are speed switches, copper. Let me get the box real quick. Kale. Some Kel copper, and these are technically, I think some people call these speed switches, whatever, but they're Kel copper switches. And I went ahead and lubed these myself, and that actually came out really well too. Again, I used Krytox in order to lube them, and so all that will be on the screen, but it turned out really well. And now here's a sound test. As you can see, for a kit that is about $80 on Amazon, you do have to provide your own switches and keycaps, but I would say this is pretty darn good for the money. Didn't break the $100, and it was nice. Of course, it breaks $100 after you actually buy, switches, and you actually get the dielectric grease or your Krytox or your whatever keycaps you want to put on here. Then by the time you're done with this, I mean, this board is probably what, $150, if not more, actually. Well, depending on what you buy. So yeah, it does climb up in price, but it's nice. It has a nice RGB light profile, which I've also shown off as well. And overall, this is a great buy. It is still lands itself as a budget keyboard, most definitely. So if you're looking for a custom keyboard kit, and that you want to kind of build yourself just to start you off without paying the usual prices of $300, $400 and up for the very premium type of stuff, this is a solid start. I definitely will put some links down below for you guys to check this out. Maybe it's for you. It's definitely a 60% keyboard, but I like the layout. It works for me. I could not code with this if I wanted to because it doesn't have the tilde key, and that just sends me over the edge when I'm trying to code, and I need my tilde key. Okay, I'm that guy. I'm sorry, but I was saying, if you're not, this is great. Gaming, pretty much general everyday use. You got your volume key and everything. It is an awesome keyboard. This is gonna sit right over there on patience. So when I'm hanging out, doing my thing, this board is gonna be there from now on. Even though it is not a wireless keyboard, I like it a lot. I hope you guys did like this video. And if you did, go ahead and hit the like button down below and comment on your thoughts on this keyboard or anything else you want me to check out, or questions if you have them, and subscribe for more videos like this all the time. I'll see you again in another video. You have a good one. Bye.